Hello and welcome to the Labcast, the show that talks about science. My name is Mike, your host. Our special guest today is Tom and Jerry. Tom and Jerry are experts in the space race. They are going to share with us a little bit about the space race.
I am Tom, and I am an expert in the U.S. During the space race, the U.S. was the first one to the moon, but not the first one to space. That was Russia.
For the first time, I am Jerry. Russia, or USSR, during the time was the first to space, like Tom said, and said the first person in space was Yuri Gagarin.
How did the USSR not beat the US in the space race?
Despite the USSR's initial successes, they lost the space race due to a combination of factors, including the technological limitation and the leadership changes that hindered their ability to sustain a program.
How many times did the USSR succeed over the US during the space race?
The USSR achieved several things first that put them ahead of the US during the space race. They launched the first satellite called Sputnik 1. This was a major technological achievement. They also sent the first human, Yuri Gagarin, and the first living creature, Lakika, on Sputnik 2 into space.
How long did it take for the first person to go to space?
40 years after Sputnik 1 was launched into space, Yuri Gagarin was sent into space and was the first human to enter space and to orbit Earth. His flight lasted a total of 108 minutes and reached an altitude of 327 kilometers.
Why didn't the US try to go to the moon sooner, since they had all the things they needed to go there?
The U.S. didn't start going to the moon sooner during the space race because, while they had the technology, the Apollo program required immense resources and political will, which were initially focused on other priorities and later public and political sources wanted after the initial success.
When did the US start animal testing?
American and Russian scientists utilized animals, mainly monkeys, chimps, and dogs, in order to test each country's ability to launch a living organism into space and bring it back alive and unharmed. On June 11, 1948, a V-2 Blossom launched into space from White Sands, New Mexico, carrying Albert 1, a rhesus monkey.
How far behind was the US in the start?
When the USSR launched Yuri Gagarin, the Americans were not far behind, however. And 1 month later, in May, Alan Shepard became the first American in space, piloting a 15-minute suborbital flight.
Well, this is the end of our little talk, and hopefully there will be more of this soon. So for now, goodbye and hope to see you again.